Hello there, YouTube and YTPC. Here again, a shout out. I love you all. Thank you for the subs again. I still have to keep saying that because I think you all deserve it. And I got to say, I learned something today or last couple days that I've tried. And this is my back to my rant of a week or so ago where I was saying that, boy, I hate the bottom of the last 25% or last quarter of your bowl. You get all that dusty ash flavor. Well, here's a duh. Think about it. For me and somebody, I can't remember who said this, just damp your pipe a little bit, scrape just the very top of the crust off, dump it in your ashtray. Like I said, I save all my ash because it makes good pipe mud. And if you keep that top layer scraped off, when you get down to that, and see my pipe just went out because I'm almost got this bowl burnt out. And the housekeeping on this was some stuff with Fanatic, which I'm not knocking anybody else's. It's just my preference. My preference is me. Everybody, some people like spice, some people don't. I love spice, but my body doesn't like spice, as in food, that is. And I'm going to try to light it one more time before it completely is gone. We'll get back to what I'm smoking in it. I don't know if you can hear that whistle and whine of the pipe. That we all know means I'm down real close to the bottom of the bowl. Pack it just a little bit to get a little bit tighter draw so it'll burn that stuff. And like I said, I'm smoking some Count Pulaski, or however you say that. I'm not sure. And I'm going to show you this anyway because I'm starting to get into the hang of making my own labels for different manufacturers, different tobacconists companies. And I hope you guys can see this. That's the Stuttlet crest. And like I said, however you say that, Count. And I'm not going to butcher that. I'm just going to let you guys read it and make up your own mind how to say that. But I like these labels. And in my cellaring jars. And that is about 10 ounces. They always send you 0.2 or 3 sometimes, maybe 0.1 ounce more of that. And get back to what I was saying about my rant the other day about yuck, I hate the bottom of the bowl. Well, you tamp it just a little bit. You scrape a little bit of the crust off the top, like I was saying, and you pour it in your ashtray. You keep doing that. You don't got to scrape a lot off, just get it down to where tobacco burns. And there, that should be, I think that's pretty much the bowl. Yeah, I got a little bit. Maybe I can get the light one more time. That whistle tells you you're down to the draft hole. And you're almost done with your bowl. I'm sorry to get down there to the screen the way it was. And what's unique about this that I learned and somebody taught me, like I said, I wish I could remember to give them a shout out. Whoever you were, you probably remember me, me ranting about it, and you said, scrape the top off, pour the ash out, and keep on a chooching. My bowl doesn't get that hot, but when you scrape that little bit of ash off, get down basically to the good stuff. Keep if you have to light it a couple times, oh well. That's that's what lighters are for. I caught it before it completely went out. Like I said, I'm so close to the bottom, it's amazing. You don't want to smoke it real super hard down there. You just want to keep it lit if you can. But keeping that ash scraped off there. You don't lose a tremendous amount of flavor, and you burn your good tobacco down to nothing. And so, you can teach an old dog new tricks if you stay with it, count it in their head. Don't got to beat them up, just work with them. And I'm one of those. You got to work with me. And I eventually get it. Put that down a little bit because I don't think I'm going to get another light out of it. Well, I might. It feels like I might. Pour a little bit more of that add stuff out and tell you, when I poured that little bit of ash out, it's gone. My bowl's all the way down to the very bottom. Nothing left there except just a minor bit of scrape cleaning that I got to do to the bowl. I mean, that is, I don't know, let me do this. I almost stuck my tamper in my mouth. What a nut. Shouldn't do that, but I want to show you this. That's down to the draft hole. That's down to the bottom. This one is one that I bought as a 3-pipe kit that was, let me get back in here one more time just so you can see the bottom here. I mean, that's got a little bit of cake buildup, but I haven't scraped this one out. Like I said, reamed it out type scraping. I don't want to do that until I get a couple more smokies out of it. I've got about 4 or 5 smokies out of it, but I'll get 2 or 3 more out of it before I really got to do any tremendous amount of scraping. But back to this one. This is a natural walnut, or I don't know what. I have to look over here to find it and tell you what the color is. But this is one there again. I finished myself. Bought it as a second or a third or a fourth. I don't know. It's got a few cracks in it that I could have filled them and rusticated it. Because I'm getting into, like I said, I build my own pipes. As you obviously saw, the couple that 3 that I've showed you so far, and I've got some more. But these are ones I bought off of, say, the A Word. You know who I'm talking about? Company. They sell these, and I am going to buy some more because I want to. Now, which means it's going to be a little bit of time down the road because of financial won't let me right now. But the reason why I'm doing this is because I learned something, and I want to shout out that I can learn something. I can be taught something, and I want to learn. If you don't learn something new every day, there's no reason to roll over and get out of bed. There's no reason, because if you think you know it all, uh-uh, uh-uh, uh-uh. No way on earth. You can learn something every day if you just put your mind to it and are open to learning something every day. So, learning to scrape the very top of the crust off of this. Yeah, you want to your first 25%, you want to tamp it a little bit to keep the hot embers, the ash burning. If you pack it correctly, don't pack it too loose, don't pack it too tight. Like I said, a mid, depending on the moisture level in the tobacco, that makes a difference. Yeah, you have to let it dry a little bit if it's a real moist one. Sometimes I prefer it slightly moist because it gives it a good all the way through, burned to me. And as it burns, it dries out anyway. So with that being said, old dogs can learn new tricks, and I'm learning. But back to what I was saying also about I finished these out myself, polished them out, and then the carnauba on this one's been handled so many times that it's time to a little bit of coating on it or polish it out, and then put a little bit of I use Decatur. Now there's gooder. What a word, gooder. Ain't such thing. Like ain't. Ain't is a word. Even though it's in the dictionary, it's slang. But anyway, um, I'm learning. So I'm finishing these out. I am using leather dyes to finish these out with, polished them out. I need to put another buff on this, but like I was saying, I was using the Decatur Bowl Shine on some of them, but I'm also starting to, before I put any of that stuff on there, I like to put 3 or 4 more coats of carnauba on it. Get it good and polished out. I got to do that again because it's got about 5 or 6 coats on it now, but get a few more coats on it. But like I said, these are seconds, thirds, whatever they call them. The bottom of the package is 3. Finished them out. And they turn out nice. These things, believe it or not, I can understand why the manufacturers will not send them out as first or try to seal them, put the fills in the cracks and stuff like that. And they just sell them as seconds. They make some money off of them. They're not really losing anything on them, because if they were, they wouldn't sell them at all. They just throw them out, use them as firewood, whatever you want to keep. But this is a good briar. There's nothing really bad inside the bowl. Now, I will say I did put some pipe mud in that, a real thin coating in there, and then cleaned it up after I did that, because I always take the pipe mud after I do that, even on briars, and I will smooth it out with some sandpaper, or just I got a little handmade scraper that works tremendously after the mud has completely dried, and just smooth it all out in there, take the rough bumps and the stuff that didn't get completely mixed up and everything. So I scrape that down and then smoke it a few times and then clean it. And it's perfect. It's like any other pipe that anybody smokes. Start getting that good cake built in them. Doesn't get really hot unless you chooch on it too much, too hard. But back to my rant real quick on the learning new things. I'm thankful that people are sharing their ideas and their discoveries and teaching the newbies how to smoke these things. I'm not a newbie, but like I said, I'm new enough that learning things is what it is. And you guys are teaching people proper ways. There's not too many people out there that don't have knowledge that have been doing this a while. There's some of you out there that, man, you've got a wealth of knowledge that you're passing on. And I think that's what people should do. They shouldn't keep that wealth of knowledge just to themselves. There's people out there that can benefit from it. And I say that for a reason, because I've got some mentors and some of my other hobbies that have taught me the world. And I pass it on. Like I say with everybody, I take everything that is taught or given to me with a grain of salt until I try it. If it works and it works well, I pass it on. That's the reason why I'm passing that on. Gentlemen taught me something. Like I said, I'd have to go back and dig through my reviews and stuff in my comments and figure it out. And I will do that. And I will give them a shout out for that when I get a chance. And I'll do a second video on this video and let people know, because that's what it's all about, learning. And I think that God put us on this earth for a reason, to help each other out. I know the world's full of people that wouldn't give a second thought. But I'm glad YouTube pipe community is doing that for all of us. There's zillions of us across the world that participate. And I thank people for that. So there's enough of my rant. Thank you, folks, for listening to me. Thanks for the subs again. And learn something every day. I mean, all of us review. I haven't reviewed any much on the tobaccos, but that stuff that I just smoked through that pipe, excellent. When I first opened the bag, smelt that, it was a chemical, burnt rubber, pungent smell, which I'm assuming, which from what the other reviews of different tobaccos of this sort, if this is a type of an English knockoff for Stutlib, that, I mean, it's a strong, and the Latakia, is what I'm assuming, that's where that odor and taste comes from. But once you start burning it in your bowl, that all goes away, and the Latakia is a good complement to the Burleys and a little bit of Virginia that's in that tobacco, and I will be buying some more. I'm not saying it's my favorite because I still love my tremendous hard aromatic chocolates and fruit flavors. Don't get me wrong, I love those. That's me. I mean, that's me. That's my thing about pipe tobacco. But the room note on this stuff is excellent. I guess that's my review of that particular. If anybody else out there that wants to try it, give their opinion of it, please do. I mean, everybody's different. Everybody has a different taste. Some people like the Scoville scale of burn your tongue off taste of food flavors, and you get that in some of the tobaccos. That's your personal preference. I can't eat a lot of spice. That's just the way my metabolism and makeup is. And that's the same way with tobaccos. But this particular one is great. And I learned last couple of days of smoking it, a couple different pipes, that if you scrape it, dump it, and then if you have to relight it, oh well, that's what lighters are made for. And so I learned. Thank you for listening to me. And you all have a good day and what's left of this week. I know this is hump day. Excellent. Weather's not too bad out here in Montana. It says we're supposed to be at 41 degrees, which is excellent. And I'm going to do this real quick and then I'm going to get off here. Yes, in good old Montana, where I'm at, in the south, mid-south, I should say, of Montana. That's great. We're at 41 degrees today. Excellent. So the snow is going to melt off just a little bit more, not much. I mean, we still have snow on the ground. I still have snowpack out in my yard. Dogs and I and my wife have packed down the backyard, which is unbelievable on my little bit of acreage that I have. So that's just a little bit of my rant, carrying on, letting you know what's going on here today. Thank you, folks. Please keep subscribing. Please listen to my rants. God bless everybody, and I'm praying for the ones that were in the hospital today, and family problems. That we're all praying for you. That's what this community is about. Take care of each one of us. Let's continue to do that. Let's keep on, like I kept saying in my last couple of videos. Let's pay it forward. Let's keep that going. I mean, we're here to take care of one another. I mean, sure, we have to take care of ourselves first, but let's not forget everybody else either. That includes family, friends, YouTube people. It doesn't matter who you are. Let's take care of one another. That's what God put us on the face of this earth for. And I appreciate it, and thank you, and have a good day.